Am I the a-hole for confronting my dad with evidence that my mom would be horrified at him giving her jewelry to my half-sister? My mom died when I, 18F, was 11. My dad started dating a year later and remarried when I was 14. A few months later, my half-sister was born. When she was 2, my dad made a big deal about choosing a ring and necklace that had belonged to my mom and saving them for my half-sister. I asked him why he would do that and why I couldn't just have everything. My mom had already given me the jewelry she most wanted me to have, but as her only child, I felt like I should get all of it. Dad said we were both his daughters, and he wanted to share his love for my mom with my half-sister. We fought about it. I told him I'd never support that decision, and if he had more daughters, I wouldn't support it then either. He now has my half-sister, 4, and my half-brother, 18 months. Around that time, I started reading the journals my mom kept when she was sick. She had cancer and only had about 5 months left after being diagnosed. Her journals were full of fear, but she also wrote about how sure she was that my dad would remarry and have more kids. It made her sad. One thing that didn't happen, which she had worried about, was another woman moving into our house. We moved after she died, so at least that part didn't happen. But she wrote several pages about hoping her things wouldn't go to a new wife or any future kids. She wanted everything to go to me. She even mentioned this when she wrote about giving me jewelry before she passed. She didn't give me all of it at once because I was too young, but she made it clear that I was meant to have it all. She also wrote that she talked to my dad about it. I sat on this for years because I didn't want to start a fight. But when I moved in with my grandpa in November, after turning 18, I finally had some space from my dad. When he came to visit a couple of weeks ago, he told me he wanted me to embrace the fact that my half-sister had some of my mom's jewelry. He wanted me to show her what I had when she was older so we could connect over it. That's when I brought up my mom's journals. I showed him exactly what she wrote. He asked where I got them, and I told him they were in a box of papers and other things. I told him he knew my mom wanted me to have everything, and I said that her words and how much she wrote about it showed she'd be disgusted by what he did. My dad got upset and told me it was cruel to throw that in his face. We argued. He said it hurt to see how much my mom didn't want him to remarry or have more kids. He said if it were him who had died first, he would have wanted her to find love again. The fact that I was so willing to throw her words at him and that this whole thing started over a little girl getting some jewelry made him disappointed in me. His wife was pissed when he got home. The journals messed with his head and she was mad that I hurt him. She texted me a few nights ago telling me I was selfish and cruel to my half-siblings and unfair to my dad. She said he has 3 kids now, not just me, and he just wanted to share his love for my mom with them. She struggled with it, but she understood. She told me that he's losing sleep over this, that he's really hurting, and that it's all my fault. Then she told me I should be proud of myself. Am I the a-hole?